Today we are going to talk about when things are slow. If you're a creative or if you're a freelancer, this is one of the things that can happen. It's very normal. I know loads of people that go through different seasons, and I think it's really important to make sure to use this time productively. I've piled all the things that I do into a little Notion file that you can find linked below. So first of all, having self-care and self-compassion for yourself. Every single creative I've spoken to goes through different ebbs and flows in throughout the year. Different seasons are more hectic. I know some people that make most of their money around Christmas for the year. I think it's just about understanding that these things can happen, and going through a slower period can also be an incredible opportunity. So I would say try to keep your usual routine. For me, my usual routine is making sure I'm waking up at a similar time, exercising. I think it's really important, especially when you're going through a period of maybe a bit more stress or worried or anxious. Acknowledging that this is really normal for freelancers and creatives, and if this is your first time going through a slow period, I think it's an incredible opportunity to start to pay attention to why this can happen in order to prepare for the next time, because these things do happen. Try to try to bring some sort of mindfulness practice into your daily life, because I know that if it is your first time going through a slow period, it can create some stress and anxiety. And I find it very helpful to also listen to podcasts and YouTube videos that are motivational. I will list a few of my favorite podcasts and YouTubers to listen to, just to keep that creative inspiration and creative motivation high and energized. So those are a few things that involve kind of self-care and self-compassion that I try to make sure to do. The next step is outreach. If you've never done outreach before, I know a lot of people on my Patreon always ask me about outreach. I think it's really important to have a really regular outreach routine. Just letting people know that you're available, letting people know what you are about, letting people know what you do, what services you offer, and that you're available. I would say reach out to a minimum of 5 to 10 potential clients each day, maybe if you've never done it before and it feels really overwhelming, because I know a lot of my patrons say that it's really scary if you're naturally an introvert, which I definitely experienced because I'm an introvert. It can be kind of scary to reach out to new people, but it's so important to make sure that you're not just waiting for work to come to you, that you're being really proactive in telling people and reminding people that you exist. People that hire illustrators, people that hire creatives will get so many emails every single day about people wanting to work with them. So it's very common that they don't need to go out and search for people, because they'll have people coming into their inbox anyway. And especially people that work on projects and businesses and companies that they're really passionate about, they want to also work with people who are passionate about what they're doing. So I think it's very important to do your outreach, have a mix of local businesses, bigger businesses, dream clients, and also kind of smaller companies as well. Reach out to your friends, your community. Don't let any stone be unturned. And if you're really unsure about what to do when it comes to outreach, I'm going to put my advice when it comes to outreach on my Patreon later today, but a little over generalization, I would start with making sure to get their name, and then start with a simple short sentence about why you like the brand or creative agency or small business. And because people work really hard on their stuff, so it's really nice to open with the fact that it's tailored message to that person. You said something simple about why you want to work with them and why you like what they're doing, and then go into, this is what I'm about, this is my name, this is what I do, and I would encourage you to leave a link to a specific project that you think would make sense for them, and just be like, this is what I offer. I'd love to work with you in the future. Don't hesitate to get in touch. And then make sure to always include how to contact you, your socials, your website, and just, it doesn't need to be a massive cover letter. It just needs to be short and sweet and simple. Some people say to include like a JPEG of like something that you've worked on recently they think makes sense for the person that you get in touch with. I've spoken to other people that don't like that. They think that's obnoxious. So do whatever makes sense for you, that feels natural for you. And the latest I've heard from a creative agency is that they really like a direct link so that they can quickly open it up, and it's very simple and very easy. Remind people that you're available. Make sure in your bio, in your website, it is so clear for people to get in touch with you. The amount of people I've gone onto their website or onto their Instagram and they don't have their email anywhere to be seen or anything like that.
I think it's a big mistake.
Make sure you have your email and the way to contact you very clear and simple for people. Get client feedback is another way that you could do your outreach, getting back in touch with people that you've worked with, ask them what you can work on. I did this very early on, and some amazing people gave me such valuable advice that I still use in my career today. Acknowledge that people are busy, so it's completely fine if they don't get back in touch with you with an essay on what you need to be working on. But I guarantee you that is something that really helped me, especially in early days. The next thing is admin. Make sure that you're on top of your admin, that you're up to date in your bookkeeping, that all those little tasks that you forget about when you're kind of really busy, that you're getting through all of your admin is really important. Chase up those late payments. Do an audit on your income, your marketing, your sales. Like, have a real good check, like what's working, what's not working. Double check if you've forgotten or missed any emails, which is something that I do as well. Your website and your portfolio. This is another opportunity to check that everything's up to date. You've got your latest work on there. It's very clear. There's nothing that you're missing. Update it if you can. Make sure again that your contact information is very visible. Maybe get your friends to give you some feedback on it. Is it very clear? Does it give you a really clear idea to potential clients the work that you want to get hired for? And if it doesn't, this slow time and this quiet time is a perfect opportunity to create those personal projects, which is the work that you want to be hired for. If you want to do book cover design, do a book cover project. If you want to do a children's book illustration, do a children's book illustration for personal project. If you want to do editorial work, create your own personal project that's an editorial work. If you want to do anything in a specific industry, make sure you do a personal project to showcase that your work would work on this kind of work. And that brings me on to the most important point, which is to use this as an opportunity to make the best work that you can make. And if you want to take it to the extra level, try and figure out a way to make a personal project that you can turn into passive income, which has definitely saved me when I've had some slower periods. And I think it's really important to have different sources of income so that when one goes quiet, that you're not just reliant on that one and you've got nothing else. So passive income, I will leave some information down in the description. Things like books, things like digital workbooks, things like Thoughtful, uploading card designs, and it might take a bit of extra work to create something that you can put out there, but then once you've done that set amount of time on that thing, you have like endless margins to make money on it, if that makes sense. That's why the quiet times and the slow times are an amazing opportunity for you as a creative. Also, it's an incredible opportunity to create the kind of work that you want to get hired for in the future, and an incredible opportunity to figure out what's working, what's not working, in order to kind of take yourself to the next level, do another year. And you know, I've lived through a couple of recessions before, and so there's a lot of creatives out there as well who have advice on this kind of stuff. There's so many books. I'll leave a few of my favorite books down below. I think it's so important to keep your head up during this time, create the work that you want to make, and use quiet times as they're a great opportunity to spend time on your creative practice as well. So that is the video from me today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Mr. Reggie, can I move you? Sorry. Sorry, baby. You're such a heavy boy. There we go. There we go.